Master Guide, SAPSD, Incompletion Log. Target audience, senior functional consultants and solution architects. Domain, sales and distribution, SD. 1. Executive summary and business context. The Incompletion Log is effectively the internal validation engine of the SAPSD module. While often viewed merely as a tool to make fields mandatory, its function is far more critical. It preserves data integrity across the order-to-cash (O2C) cycle. Unlike a simple required entry setting in a field selection screen, which prevents the user from hitting enter, the Incompletion Log allows users to save documents with missing data, but blocks subsequent process steps based on the severity of that missing data. The consultant's mindset: do not think of the Incompletion Log as just making fields mandatory. Think of it as a process gatekeeper. Your job is to configure the system to answer this question. At what point is the data quality insufficient to proceed to the next step? Delivery, billing, or production? 2. Technical architecture and logic. To become an expert, you must understand where the data resides and how the system processes it. 2. 1. The concept of status. SAPSD does not simply check fields every time you open a document. It maintains a status management system. VBUK. Header status. Contains the overall status of the sales order. VBUP. Item status. Contains the status of specific line items. VBUV. Incompletion logs. This is the specific table where SAP records exactly which fields are missing for a specific document. Expert note on SR4 HANA. In SAP ECC, VBUK and VBUP were separate tables. In SR4 HANA, to improve performance, HANA simplification. These status fields have been moved directly into the header tables, VBAK, LIKP, VBRK, and item tables, VBAP, LIPS, VBRP. However, VBUV remains the central repository for incompletion records. 2. The logic flow. When a user saves a sales order, the system performs the following loop. 1. Check assigned incompletion procedure. 2. Scan the fields listed in the procedure. 3. If a field is empty, initial value. Check the status group assigned to that field. 4. Update the VBUV table with the missing field. 5. Update the status, VBUK, or VBUP, to incomplete based on the status group settings. 6. If the status group is configured to block, the subsequent document, example, delivery, cannot be created. 3. Configuration deep dive, step by step. The configuration is found under SPRO, IMG, Sales and Distribution, Basic Functions, Log of Incomplete Items. Step 1. Define status groups, transaction, EVAK, or OVA0. This is the most critical setup step, yet often the most misunderstood. The status group dictates what happens when data is missing. When you define a status group, you see a list of checkboxes. General marks the document status as incomplete generally. Delivery, if checked, you cannot create a delivery for the order. Billing document, if checked, you cannot generate an invoice. Goods movement, if checked, you cannot post goods issue, PGI. Picking or packing blocks these specific logistics activities. Production blocks the generation of production orders, relevant for make to order. Real-world scenario, a client requires the customer PO number on the sales order. Scenario A, they want to stop the sales rep from saving the order without it. This requires a user exit, not incompletion log. Scenario B, they allow saving the order, but the warehouse must not ship it. Configure status group with delivery checked. Scenario C, they allow shipping, but finance cannot invoice until the PO is attached. Configure status group with billing checked. Step 2. Define incompletion procedures, transaction, OVA2. Here you group the specific fields that should be checked. SAP separates these by document level. 1. Group A, sales header. 2. Group B, sales item. 3. Group C, schedule line. 4. Group D, partner. 5. Group G, delivery header. 6. Group H, delivery item. Field level configuration. Inside a procedure, you add entries. Table name, example, VBAK. Field name, example, BSTNK. Screen, this is the F code, function code. This determines where the system takes the user when they click Complete Data in the Incompletion Log. Expert tip: if you select a screen that doesn't exist for that document type, the user will get a screen not found dump or error. Always test the Complete Data navigation. Status group: assign the group created in Step 1. Warning: check this if you want the system to warn the user immediately upon trying to save. Step 3. Assign incompletion procedures, transaction, V42, V43, etc. You must link your procedures to the specific document architecture. A. Header level, transaction, V43, or OVAU. Link procedure, sales document type. Example, ORQT. Nuance: different order types require different data. A rush order might require a shipping condition, while a credit memo request does not. B. Item level, transaction, V44, or OVAO. Link procedure, item category. Example, TAN, TASTANN. Expert insight: this is crucial. A service item, TAD, does not need weight or volume data. A standard item, TAN, does. You manage this differentiation here, not at the order type level. C. Schedule line level, transaction, V45, or OVAP. Link procedure, schedule line category. Example, CP, CN. Rarely customized, but useful if you need to enforce confirmed quantity checks. D. Partner functions, transaction, V46, or OVAZ. Link procedure, partner function. Example, SP, SH. Key concept: this is not assigned to the document type directly, it is assigned to the partner function. If SOL2 is missing a VAT number, this procedure triggers. 4. Advanced configuration and expert scenarios. 4. 1 incompletion for pricing. A common requirement is to block the document if specific pricing conditions are missing. Example, mandatory base price, PR00. Standard behavior: the standard incompletion log checks fields, tables, not condition records. The workaround: to check for pricing using the incompletion log, you must use the field VBA PNETWR, net value. If net value is 0, trigger the log. The limitation: this doesn't tell you which condition is missing, only that the total is 0. Expert solution: for specific condition checks, utilize pricing procedure requirements, VOFM. Formula usually 008 or similar, rather than the incompletion log. 4. 2. The warning message control. By default, the incompletion log is passive. The user saves, and the status updates silently. If you want to force a pop-up dialog, 1. In the incompletion procedure, OVA2, check the warning flag next to the field. 2. Ensure the incompletion message flag is set in the sales document type configuration, VOV8. VOV8 setting, look for the transaction flow section. Field, dialog message for incompletion. If checked, the system forces the user to view the log before saving if data is missing. 4. 3 dummy fields and custom logic. Sometimes a client wants a complex check. Example, field A is mandatory only if field B is X. The standard incompletion log cannot do conditional logic, IF or then. The dummy field technique. 1. Add a custom field, append structure, to VBAK or VBAP. Example, ZZSTATUSFLAG. 2. Use a user exit, USEREXIT SAVEDOCUMENT PREPAREIN MV45AFZZ to evaluate your complex logic. 3. If the logic fails, clear the ZZSTATUSFLAG. If it passes, fill it with X. 4. Add ZZSTATUSFLAG to the incompletion procedure. 5. Now, the incompletion log monitors your custom logic. 4. Sales versus delivery incompletion. Consultants often confuse where to configure checks. Sales incompletion. Checks data required for order processing and billing. Delivery incompletion. Checks data required for logistics. Picking, packing, goods issue. Conflict. If you make batch number mandatory in the sales order incompletion log, you block the order creation. However, batches are often not known until delivery. Best practice. Make batch mandatory in the delivery incompletion log, not the sales order. 5. Technical tables and troubleshooting. 5. 1 key tables. Table description key fields. VBUV, incompletion log. VBELN, doc. TABNAME, table. FELDNAME, field. TVUV, incompletion procedures. FEHGR, procedure. TABNAME, FELDNAME, TVUVF, procedure, fields. Field definitions within procedures. TVUVG status groups. STATG, group. General, delivery, billing flags. TVUVS, status group texts. Description of status groups. 5. 2 common troubleshooting scenarios. Issue 1. The log shows a field is missing, but the field is visually filled on the screen. Root cause, the incompletion log, checks the database value, not the screen value. If the field was populated via a user exit, but not committed to the structure the incompletion log is reading, this mismatch occurs. Solution. Ensure your user exit logic populates the field before the incompletion check runs. Standard SAP sequence usually handles this, but custom code in the wrong include can break it. Issue 2. Screen not found error when clicking complete data. Root cause. In OVA2, the screen, F-code, assigned to the field does not exist for the specific item category or document type being used. Fix. Use the find screen function, F4, in OVA2 to ensure the function code matches the program, SAPMV45A for orders. Issue 3. I made a field mandatory but old orders are not showing up in V02 incomplete orders list. Root cause. Changing configuration does not automatically update historical data. Old orders retain their old status, VBUK or VBUP, until they are touched. Fix. Run report SDVBUK00. Redetermine status. To recalculate the status of open documents based on the new configuration. 6. Integration with other modules. 6. 1. Integration with finance. FI. The billing block in the status group is the primary integration point. If an order is incomplete regarding the billing status group, the entry will not appear in the billing due list, VF04. This prevents the generation of invoices with missing account assignment groups or payment terms, which would otherwise cause posting failures in FI. 6. 2. Integration with materials management, MM. The goods movement block in the status group prevents inventory inconsistency. If the storage location is missing in the delivery, the incompletion log should block the PGI. If PGI were allowed with a missing SLOC, the stock would not be deducted correctly, leading to MMSD reconciliation issues. 7. Migration and cutover strategy. As a hands-on expert, you are responsible for cutovers. Scenario. You are implementing a new incompletion procedure in a live system. 1. Transport. Move the configuration to production. 2. Impact. Existing open orders will not automatically know about the new rules. They might be processed even if they violate the new rules. 3. Correction. Identify all open sales orders not fully invoiced. Execute SA38, SDVBUK00 for these orders. This forces SAP to rerun the incompletion check. Warning: this might suddenly block hundreds of orders that were previously considered fine. You must have a change management strategy to inform users. Example: starting Monday, you will need to enter the route on all open orders. 8. User exits in ABAP interaction. While configuration covers 90% of cases, the top 10% requires ABAP. RV45A includes. The incompletion log logic is heavily tied to the main SD program, SAPMV45A. Difference between incompletion log and USEREXITSAVEDOCUMENT-PREPARE. Incompletion log, soft validation. Allows saving, usually, but manages status and blocks downstream actions. Best for missing data. USEREXITSAVEDOCUMENT-PREPARE. Hard validation. Prevents saving entirely. Best for illogical data, example. Delivery date cannot be in the past. Expert tip. Do not use the incompletion log for data validation, example. Checking if a tax code is valid. Use it only for data presence, checking if a tax code exists. 9. Comprehensive configuration checklist, cheat sheet. When tasked with make field X mandatory, follow this exact sequence. 1. Analyze. Which document? Header or item? Does it apply to ALL items, or just specific ones? Example. Service versus product. What should be blocked? Delivery, billing, or just a warning? 2. Locate technical name. Click in the field. F1. Technical information. Note table, example. VBKD and field, example. BSTKD. Note screen number. 3. Define status group, OVA0. Create a new group, example. Z1, if existing ones don't match the blocking requirements. 4. Modify procedure, OVA2. Find the procedure assigned to your order type or item category. Add the field. Assign the status group. Assign the screen code. 5. Test. Create a new order. Leave field blank. Check. Does the log appear? Check. Can I create a delivery? If I blocked it. Check. Does the complete data button take me to the right tab? 10. Consultants FAQ. The why is this happening? Section. Q. Can I use incompletion logs to make a specific partner function mandatory? A. Yes. This is done in the partner determination procedure, not the standard incompletion procedure assignment. In the partner determination setup, there is a flag mandatory function. However, to check for missing fields within that partner, example. Partner address. You use the incompletion procedure assigned to Group D, partner. Q. Why is the incompletion log button grayed out? A. The document is fully complete. There are no messages to display. Q. I assigned a procedure to the item category, but it's not working. A. Did you check the item category group on the material master? The item category in the sales order is derived from the material master. If the derivation logic, VOV4, picks a different item category than the one you configured, your log won't trigger. Always check the actual item category, VBA-PP-STYV, in the sales order. Q. Can I make a custom Z field mandatory? A. Yes. 1. Append structure to VBAK or VBAP. 2. Add field to screen. 3. Add field to incompletion procedure, OVA2. Crucial. You must ensure the custom field is available in the specific screen. DynPro. You assign an OVA2. 11. Transaction code reference table. T-code description menu, path context. OVA0. Define status groups, set up blocking logic. OVA2. Define incompletion procedures, set up field checks. OVAU. Assign header procedure link to sales doc type. OVAO. Assign item procedure link to item category. OVAP. Assign shed line procedure link to shed line cat. OVAZ. Assign partner procedure link to partner function. VO2. Listing complete orders end user reporting. V26. Incompletion for delivery end user reporting. VOV8. Sales doc type config toggle incompletion dialog. SE11 or SE16. End table browser view. VBUV, VBUK, VBUP. 12. Conclusion and next steps for the consultant. Mastering the incompletion log differentiates a junior consultant from a solution architect. The junior consultant sees it as a way to make fields red. The architect sees it as the governance layer of the SAPSD solution, ensuring that errors are caught upstream in the order to prevent costly failures downstream, at the loading dock or in the billing run. Your action plan: 1. Go to your IDES or sandbox system. 2. Create a custom status group that blocks picking but allows delivery creation. 3. Assign it to the gross weight field. 4. Create an order with 0 weight, create the delivery, and try to pick it. 5. Observe the error logs in the delivery, VL02N. This hands-on verification will solidify your understanding of how the status group flags propagate through the document flow.